Okay, so let's talk about Koba's training. So we have his prong collar right here. We are going to use this outside the home, inside the home. That way we can communicate with Koba and guide him where he needs to go and what's expected of him at all times. So he will need some sort of leash, and what we do is we attach that leash to the D-ring. So there's a circle, and then there's the one with a flat edge. Make sure you attach it here. This makes the collar work properly. So you're going to use this in a pop and release motion, depending on what you're asking him to do if he doesn't listen to your verbal command. But first we're going to show you how to put it on and how to take it off. So you can take this off at any one of these links, and it's about technique, not strength. So you want to hold one link steady, then you take the front link and you're going to push it down and pop the link. It looks extreme because I went kind of slow, but it's important to keep the prongs like parallel with each other. Don't tilt them because it's going to be really hard to take the collar on and off if you try and tilt. Then you want to squeeze this one to put it back together. And again, you can go with any prong. So you just slide it down and then squeeze back together one more time. Slide and squeeze. So we use this to communicate with Koba to correct unwanted behaviors. We also use rewards to encourage behaviors that we want to keep seeing. So let's go over some of his commands. So heel for Koba means walk next to me on a loose leash. So let's say we're standing here for a second, heel, we take off walking. That means walk next to us on a loose leash. If he starts to pull ahead, we're going to say no and tug and release the leash and remind him heel. It's always no, pop, heel. So we're telling him, hey, that behavior right there is incorrect. Here's your consequence. Heel, reminder, do it right this time. And then when he is walking next to us on a loose leash, we want to tell him good heel, and we actually reward with the left hand. That way, if we reward with the right hand, he will try and meet us, and then we'll trip over him because his head's in front of our legs. So good heel, reward. Then when we stop, we have him sit. So we stop at doorways, sidewalks. Whenever we stop walking, we have him sit. That way, if someone needs to walk by, he's not up walking around. So if you practice it enough, the sit will become automatic whenever you stop. So you stop, tell him sit. If he does, great. You can reward, praise, pet, treats, anything like that. If not, no, pop, sit. So you're asking him again to do the behavior, because you ask it the first time and he has a choice whether to do it or not. If he does it, great, reward, praise, petting, treats. If not, consequence, and you still have to do the command. That way he doesn't walk all over you and ignores your commands when you give him something to do. So that's heel and sit. Then we have down. So with down, we're asking him to lay down and stay. Stay is actually implied until he is told free. So down, if he doesn't do it, no, and it's a slight pop and release downward. So no, pop, down. He has to lay all the way on the ground. Then when you want him to stay and you want to walk away, you remind him down. Now we don't practice calling him to us because that's come when called, and we use that when he's out sniffing and exploring. That's when we use come. Instead of putting him in a down stay or sit stay and then calling him to us, we don't practice that. It's just not very realistic. If you're out on a hike or a walk and you want him exploring, you want him to come back during that incident, not in a sit stay. But anyway, so down, you remind him down when any distractions go by, or when you're leaving him, or when you're moving, because if you just go to walk away, he'll assume to follow you in the heel. So remind him down, walk away, go back to him. When you reward in the down, you want to reward low, because again, we're trying to keep him in that down position. Then when you're ready for him to get up, you tell him free. Free is the release command of, hey, you don't have to do this command anymore. So you can use it on your walks. When you have him in a heel, you should heel him for most of your walk, but then you can tell him free. He can go sniff, explore, walk around, do that, and go to the bathroom. Then heel, we keep walking. So that's free and downstay. Then we have place. Place is what you're going to use in the home when you're having guests come over or the kids around. That way he's not bombarding everybody. You put him on place. When he's doing a good job and staying on place, you put the treats on the bed. He needs to know that the bed produces the reward. So we don't physically give him the treat. Good place, put the treat on the bed. And then when we're ready for him to get off of the bed, we always go back to him and tell him free. We don't free from a distance because, again, we want him to learn to stay, not come when we call. So that's the key here. We've built the foundation of training, but it does take 4 to 6 months or 500 repetitions for a dog to be proficient at training. So this is his foundation. It's up to you to keep building on his expectations and kind of make training more fun and a little bit more difficult. That way he can do a whole lot more than just what we've prepared him for. So that's place. And then we have come when called. Again, he's always on a leash or has some sort of leash collar combo on when you're working with him, because if not, there's no way to tell him, hey, you made a mistake there. So this whole point of this is to follow through with our commands. If we ask him to do something and he doesn't do it, and we don't have this on him, he's just learned, oh, you can only follow through when you have this on. So make sure during the day he's wearing this. It does come off at night, so he can't wear it 24/7, 365. This has to come off at certain times of the day or night. So come when called, he's got a long leash on. You have it in your hand just in case. If he doesn't come to you, no, pop the leash, call him again, come, have him sit, good boy, tell him free, he can go sniff and explore again. So it's important that we always praise him and pet him when he comes to us, because we're the good guys. The correction happened over there when you didn't listen, but you still get praise and pet and rewards when you come to me, so that he wants to come to us. We don't call him to us and then correct him, because then he's never going to want to come. So we always make sure we call him to us, come, good boy, sit, reward. So if he comes to you on the first try, praise, treat, good job. And you always have him sit first. That way he just sits for a little bit. Then you can tell him free, or you can tell him heel and go into a walk instead of having to mess around with trying to get him back to you if you don't call him to you. So those are his commands. So we have heel, sit, down, place, and come when called, all on leash. You want to have fun when you're working with Koba. You want to make sure everything's kind of light and be consistent. That's going to be the big thing to ensure that you get the results that you want from training. So have fun, stay consistent, and now we're going to show you Koba's commands. Down. Down. Good job. Good down. Good down. Down. Good down. Free. Free. Good. Woo. Yeah. Woo. Good job. Come on. Sit. Good boy. Sit. Free. Good boy. Place. Go ahead. Go to place. Good job. Place. Good place. 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 Good place. Place. Good job. Place. Good boy. Good place. Free.